Hello there, my name's George, and I'm going to show you how to winterize the Nat Hive today. This Nat Hive is a 2-queen hive system. There's a queen on either side. There's a queen excluder here and a honey supers up the top. In winter mode, we've got to eliminate this queen excluder, and we've got to separate the colony. So we're going to go over how to do that today. In this hive, there's only one colony, so we're just going to sort of show you how to do it with only one colony in the Nat Hive. I've got everything I need. I've got my smoker. I put my gloves on today because it's the fall. They're a little defensive. I have my 2 migratory, either 8 or 10 frame lids. I got an in-hive 2-frame feeder. And back here I have my winterizer adapters for the Nat Hive. So we're just going to go through this and hopefully show you all how easy it is to winterize this hive. As I can see, this hive looks pretty good. It's pretty busy. There is an entrance here. It's a 1.5-inch circle where the bees come in and out. So that's the entrance to the Nat Hive. There's one on the other side too for the other colony. So we're just going to smoke these down a little bit. We're going to pop the outer cover here and smoke these down too. Now again, I know my queen's down here. This is the 6-frame queen chamber, brood chamber, where there's 6 frames. The queen's always in there. And these boxes are honey. So I'm going to start by taking these 2 boxes off here and just set them aside. Just put this down here. Going to pop this box. Put that right on there. And again, I know there's no queen. At least there shouldn't be a queen in this box because the queens are in the brood chamber. So this, I don't see any capped brood. We're just going to lift the frame or two every once in a while because of the way we demory these hives. Sometimes there's an extra queen at the top, but again, these look pretty, frames look pretty empty. So we've already harvested the honey off this one, so there's really not much honey in these boxes either. So we're just going to pull this box off too. Set this aside here. And what you'll see is now we only have the Nat Hive with a queen excluder that sits right here that separates both colonies. Again, there's only a colony on this side. So what we're going to do is we're just going to remove, we're going to turn the thumb turns down, and we're going to gently slide off the slide roof. Just making sure the queen's not in there. You know, a lot of people have asked, like, with the Nat Hive, all this empty space on the slide roof, do they make burr comb? And they really don't. You know, I'm not sure exactly what they use the space for, whether or not it be thermal regulation or something like that, but we get very little burr comb on the roof of these, and there's always a fair number of bees clustered up there. So I think we still have some learning to do about this, and we'll figure it out one day. Again, that slid off pretty easily. Again, there's no bees on the other side, but we're going to remove that just as easily, and we're going to take the queen excluder off. Again, the Nat Hive works with 8-frame supers or 10-frame supers. This is the 10-frame supers and a 10-frame queen excluder, but again, if you run 8-frame, that works too. And you're going to see pretty simply there's 6 frames down here. Right here, there's 6 frames, and I'm just going to look really quickly. I am pretty sure the queen's down here, but you know, before we put it in winter mode, we'll just double check to make sure there's some eggs. They do slow down this time of year, but we should at least see some evidence that she's laying. This is an outer frame. They're already starting to sort of throw the pollen in here nicely. Pollen on both sides. They're beautiful frames. You really can't see that well, but this is just loaded with pollen already. They're starting to sort of set this hive up for winter. So we're just going to put this frame aside, and we're going to go to the next one. Boy, I hope there's a queen in here. We're going to lift this one up. We're going to take a look and we're going to see some more pollen. And we're going to start to see some cap brood on this side. So we're going to, again, I don't see the queen yet. I don't see eggs. I think everything's okay, but we will keep going here. We're going to pull the next frame out. And this looks a lot of cap brood. I just like to see eggs and larvae before I sort of assume this is queen right. And there they are. There are eggs and larvae on this side. I don't see the queen, but I am 100% sure she's been in here over the last 3 or 4 days. So we're pretty good. Oh, is that the queen? Yeah, there's the queen. I usually mark her. She's not marked. She's climbing right there. She may be a new one that I just haven't gotten to mark yet. I'm not going to mark her now, just at the risk of losing her. But she looks good. She looks well attended and laying well. So we're just going to pop this frame back in, knowing that this hive is just doing just fine. We're going to move that over. We're going to put frame 2 back in. I never pull frame 1 just at the risk of rolling the queen. So I usually pull frame 2. So again, I got 6 frames in the brood chamber. This is the Winterizer adapter right here. This is the piece that comes with the Nat Hive. We're just going to set this right like this on this side. And on the other side, even though there's no bees in there, we're just going to put it on the other side too. Just like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to come back. These hives need to be fed for sure. So we're going to, there's not many bees in this box. We're going to put this box on this side for now. We're going to put the other super, this one's a little heavier. We'll put this one on this side. I think we're going to, oh! Camera shows you your mistakes. There's an inner cover on there. We're going to put this one on this side now. We're going to pull 2 of the lighter frames that are in this one out. These frames are all heavier than the ones on the other side, but that one's relatively light. Pull that one out. Pull this one out. And we're just going to stick the frame feeder right there. We'll start feeding this hive. Tuck all these back together. Tuck these back together like so. So now we have 6 over 10, 6 over 10. This could be 6 over 8, 6 over 8. It really doesn't make a difference. It works with both ones. And that's all you have to do. And now you have the 2 colonies separate. There's only 1 colony in this hive, so that colony's on this side. But if you had a colony on the other side, they would be totally separate. Again, I'm still going to put a candy board and some insulation on this for the winter. But for right now, I'm just going to leave my 2 migratory covers. I don't know. I think these bees would probably on this side work their way back to that side. And there's a few bees left in this super. Maybe we'll just shake them and encourage them to get back to the side they belong on. I assume if I came in here tomorrow, they'd all find their way back. But just to shake them out. And we'll put the migratory cover on that. Line the 2 migratory covers up, and again, we've just put the Nat Hive in winter mode. Pretty simple. And In the spring, you just sort of will come back and you'll put the queen excluder back on and you'll combine the hives again. On top of this, there'll be a candy board, there'll be an insulation board, and eventually there'll be a migratory cover, and that's how you got it. So that's, I hope, was pretty simple to understand. It really is simple to do. Most 2 queen hive systems you have to sort of take totally apart or move the hives in some way. With the Nat Hive, you can leave it in its own space and not need to disassemble it too much. And again, everything is standard. The migratory covers are standard, the supers are standard, and again, the Nat Hive allows you to keep a 2 queen hive system pretty easily. So again, hopefully for those of you who have Nat Hives out there who have been emailing me about how to do this in winter, I will post this video on 2queenhive.com so you guys can take a look at how it is to overwinter the Nat Hive. If you got questions, you can drop me a line on the site or post a comment on the video, and we'll get back to you within a day or so. So again, thanks for checking in. To those of you who have already bought a Nat Hive, we really appreciate it. Our sales are going good. We really hope to get the excitement going out there on people that really love using it. For those of you who haven't bought one yet, you know, we really encourage you to give it a shot. I know you have enough bee equipment already, but you never know when you might find something that really helps your beekeeping, make it a lot easier, make it a lot more efficient, and in the end sustainable, because you know we have to sustain our beekeepers, and efficiency is a piece of it. So again, you know, thanks so much, and we'll be posting more videos. Okay, you guys have a nice Sunday, and take care. Thumbs up.